Fabulous. So you can have the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, or you can just lie with the legs straight out. If your lower back hurts, you can also try placing the feet on the mat and bringing the knees together with the feet wide. Just do what feels comfortable for your lower back, for your hips. And then let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose and sigh the breath out through the mouth. Let's do that twice more. Nice deep breath in. And a big sigh out. One more time, deep breath in. And let it go. And now you stay with your breath, okay? Start off by breathing naturally and then build it up, make it a little deeper, a little longer, just breath by breath without straining, okay? So this week is all about Halloween, right? So I thought we'd go with Halloween. So a lot of the poses that we work on this week will have weird names like the floating ghost and the flying owl and things like that, and we'll just get on with it. But the story that I choose to share today is a story about, it's a Hindu myth, and it's about the goddess of death, Kali. Okay? So the story goes that one day in the city of gods, a demon named Raktabija comes to destroy and conquer the city. So when anyone tries to stop this demon, they cut him with a sword or whatever, the drops of blood that fall out of him onto the ground would turn into more demons. So the Godhead called over his right-hand man, Lord Shiva, and Shiva's wife Parvati, who's the goddess of love, and said, what are we going to do? So they agreed that Shiva is going to transform Parvati into Kali, the goddess of death, and send her into the city of the gods to kill the demon and drink up all of his blood before it hits the ground. And so Kali went down and did all of that. She killed the demon and his army, and then she drank all the blood, and then she got drunk. So she then went wild and started running around destroying everything in her path. And the only way to stop her was for her husband, Lord Shiva, to come and lie on the ground pretending to be dead, and she stood on him. And at that point, he sucked out all the negative, destructive power from her and returned her to her more loving form of Parvati, the goddess of love. So this story is not just about demons and gods, but it stands for how Kali went down with the highest intention of saving the city, but she got so drunk, her ego ran wild. So it's very much about taming the bad ego, so that we can stay focused on our highest intention, so that we can stay true to our highest nature, which is love and compassion. Okay? So that's what this story is about. So when we're practicing on the mat, we're going to try to be more Parvati, exercising compassion and love for ourselves, than Kali. Okay? So we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit, like Kali, have a little bit of fierceness, but we're going to honor and love our body and not overdo things. Okay? So if anything feels uncomfortable, you stop doing it and you let me know. And that's how it works. Yeah? Excellent. So let's use, those of you who are lying on the bricks, let's use our next out breath. Roll to one side and move the bricks out from underneath you and lie back down. Now, if you can keep the bricks nearby, one brick each anyway nearby, we're going to work with the brick today, and you're going to not like me. And remember this, if it becomes too difficult, just forget the brick, okay? If it becomes too difficult, you don't need it, okay? So let's start with our usual big full body stretch, reaching the arms and the legs away from each other and get nice and long, okay? And then, careful, and then stretch it out by reaching the right side a little bit longer, and then the left side a little bit longer, and do that a few times, side to side. And then on your next out breath, bend the knees, bring them up towards your chest, wrap your arms across your legs and give yourself a really big cuddle, rocking gently side to side. If you can bring your forehead up towards your knees comfortably, then go ahead and do that. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Wonderful. And then relax your head back down and do a few hip circles. If you can push the knees away from each other and then circle them back together. And then go in the opposite direction a few times. And let's extend the arms and the legs up towards the ceiling and rotate the wrists and ankles. Okay. So the legs don't have to be perfectly straight. And rotate in one direction a few times and then go in the opposite direction a few times. Lovely, and here's a fun bit. Let's bring our left foot down onto the mat. Okay? And we're going to place our brick onto our right foot. So left foot on the mat, okay? And right foot up, brick on the right foot. You can keep the right knee a little bit bent if you like. If you can extend it, but it's not compulsory, right? So bend the knee down and get the brick on there if you can. If not, don't worry about the brick, okay? And then have your hands underneath your head. And as you breathe out, I want you to draw the belly down, lift your head and shoulders, and pull your left knee into your chest. And then inhale, lower the left foot back down, lower your head down. Exhale, draw the belly in and then lift up again. And then breathe in, lower back down again. And breathe out, pull the knee into the chest. Take both hands underneath your head if you can. Okay? And then breathing in, lower the foot down, lower the head down. Breathing out and lift up. So it's one leg up to the ceiling, one leg down on the floor. But if that's too much, you can have both feet down and do it. How many times have we done it now? 4? Can you do one more? Okay, so lift your head up and then bring the knee in and then lower down. And we're going to do the other side. So if you're working with the brick, place it on your other foot. If you're not working with the brick, don't worry about it, okay? And you can have your other leg up this time, so it will be your left leg up, isn't it? And you're going to move just your right leg. Yeah, so hands underneath your head. And as you breathe out, draw the belly down, lift your head and shoulders up, bring the right knee in. And then breathing in, lower back down. Breathing out, draw the belly down, lift your head and shoulders and your right knee. Breathing in, lower down. And do 3 more of those. Okay, we're not twisting, so just come straight up. It's time, that's it. Okay? Keep going. And when you've done all 5 of these, then you just relax down, okay? And do a big full body stretch when you're done. Are we okay? Okay, so this next one is similar, and those who are working with bricks, you can still work with bricks. If you don't want to use a brick, you don't have to, okay? We've got options, okay? So if you're working with brick, take your right leg up and place the brick on your right leg. If you're not working with brick, you can have the right leg up, or you can have both feet down, I don't mind, okay? And your hands go underneath your head again and interlace the fingers. And when you breathe out, draw the belly down, lift your head and shoulders up again, bring the left knee in and twist to the left. So you're just twisting to your left leg. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, draw the belly in, lift the left knee up, twist to the left knee, and then inhale, lower back down. Okay? And do that again 3 more times. So you're always twisting to your bent knee that you're lifting up. Oops, gently. And once you've done all 5 of those, and just lower down and swap legs. So we'll take the left leg up, right leg down, okay? And do exactly the same thing. So the left leg comes to the floor, the right leg, no, that's a lie. Left leg goes up, the right leg comes to the floor. And as you breathe out, draw the belly down, lift your head and shoulders, lift your right knee, and bring your left elbow towards your right knee. And then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, draw the belly down, lift up and twist to the right. And inhale, lower down again. And do 3 more of those. Fabulous. And then when you've done it, do a full body stretch again, reaching your arms and your legs away from each other, get nice and long, okay? And just stretch the whole body out. Once you've done it, wriggle it out side to side a few times. Okay? Now this next bit, again, I would say use the brick if you're confident you're going to keep the brick up there. Otherwise, don't use it because it's easy to drop this. So we're going to take both legs up, okay? And then flex the feet. And when you breathe out, I want you to start to lower your left leg down to the left. But try not to roll to the left, so keep your buttocks on the ground, not buttocks, the sacrum on the ground. And then inhale, come back up, and do the same side 4 more times. So you're doing 5 each side. Okay, so legs straight up. Think about taking the leg out to the side. Doesn't have to come to the floor. You're just opening the leg out to the side and then bringing it back up. Okay, if you want to bend the knees, that's okay too. Yeah, and when you've done 5 on one side, do 5 on the other side. But can you try to keep your pelvis steady, centered, and not roll off to one side or the other? Okay. So when you've done the left side, then go ahead and do the right side 5 times. Okay. Or if you want to do less, that's okay too. If you've got time to do more if you want. Just do this roughly the same on both sides. Lovely. Are we okay? Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug when you're done. Okay. Well, if you're not done, carry on. Don't worry about stopping right now. Okay. But once you're done, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big, big cuddle. Maybe a little gentle rocking side to side. And then some of you might want to roll to one side to come up. Some of you might want to roll up and down the spine a few times to come up. It's all good. Do what feels good. Are we okay? Everybody okay? Yeah? Shall we come onto our hands and knees? Do you remember the lion's breath from last week? Exactly. Remember, we stick our tongue down towards our chin and we look up to our third eye, yeah? And the movement is this. You inhale up, exhale round, and it's on the out breath where you go, okay? It's beautiful. So have your shoulders, elbows and wrists in alignment, palms flat if that's okay for you, and knees are underneath the hips. When you're ready, inhale, look up, melt your chest towards the floor. Exhale, stick your tongue out and round the spine, go. Inhale and look up again. Exhale. Inhale and look up. Last one, exhale. And then stay there. Stay in that rounded position. Take a breath in. And now as you breathe out, lift your chest, look up and go. Inhale to round the spine. Exhale, lift up. Inhale to round the spine. Exhale. Beautiful, everybody. And then come back to center and have a little wriggle. Imagine your spine like a little snake and it needs to wriggle in all directions. Okay? So think about rolling the shoulders, wiggle your bum, moving your head. Okay? Your neck is a part of your spine, and if you don't move your head, then you're not moving your neck. Okay? So get your head moving, look up, look down, look sideways, move your bum. Fabulous. Now, what we're going to do, and this is a really good thing to do. I know we talk about hip circles a lot, and everyone gets a little bit embarrassed about hip circles. But if you have full range of motion in your hips, your pelvic floor is going to be much happier. So, let's take the knees a little bit wide. Okay? And if your knees are sore on here, you can slip them out like that and pad under, yeah? We're going to move our bottom back towards, you can come down on your forearms and move your bottom back towards the heels, but not settling it down on the heel. And try not to, like, scoop under and round. Send your tailbone up towards the ceiling. So there'll be a bit of a back bend here, right? And then move your hips over to the right. And now scoop your tailbone under so you're rounding the lower back. Move your hips over to the left. And then stick your butt back up to the ceiling. So you're moving in circles around the hip area. Keep your upper back stable, okay? And just keep going in full, complete circles. So keep moving just the hips, not the shoulders, not the neck, okay? And then go in the opposite direction a few times. So think about your bum doing all the movement. Okay? Wonderful. And then we're going to come back up onto our hands and knees. Are we okay? Yeah? In fact, come and sit down a moment, however you like, and just roll your shoulders back and down a few times. So sit any way that feels good. Okay, you don't need to kneel. I'm just kneeling because it's easier for me. And then go the opposite direction a few times. Ooh. Are you warm enough in here? Oh, good. It was so cold when I came in. Right, back onto our hands and knees. Okay, a little bit more core work. Nice little gentle one-ish, I think. Right? So inhale, lift your right knee up. Okay? Flex a foot like you're trying to kick the ceiling away from you, and make sure you're not leaning to the left, so hug everything to the midline. Exhale, can you draw the belly in and bring the right knee to the right upper arm? And then inhale, take it back up behind you. Exhale, bring your right knee to the left upper arm underneath you, so the left arm opposite side. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale to the left. And then inhale, take your right leg back and up. Squeeze the top of your thighs towards each other. Lift your left arm up and try to hug everything into the midline. And then exhale, lower down. Stretch your right leg all the way back. Keep the foot on the floor. You might need to come a little bit away from the floor, Colin, because you're going to kick it otherwise. From the floor, from the wall. Come away from the floor, float. Fly. Now stretch that right leg out and just gently rock back and forth a few times.
I'm on the wrong leg, but I know.
That's okay, don't worry. It's always hard when you're at the side like that. And then bring your left leg, right leg in, left leg's already in. Let's do the other side. Okay, so inhale, lift your left knee up, press the heel up, squeeze everything into the midline. Exhale, draw the belly in, bring your left knee to the left upper arm. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, left knee towards the right upper arm. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, left knee to the left upper arm. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, left knee to the right upper arm, and then take that left leg back and up. Squeeze everything in, okay? And then lift your right arm up. Look a little forward if you can. Think about feeling your buttock here a little bit, pressing it up. And then exhale, lower the hand down, extend that left leg all the way back, and you're going to gently rock back and forth a few times. So take your left leg all the way back behind you. Lovely. And then again, one more time, sit comfortably, whatever that means. Rotate out your wrists. Feeling that one on me. That is hard, I know. The wrists okay? Won't be doing much more. Shall we lie on our tummy? Everybody's favourite pose, you know it's coming. It is in every class. Lie all the way onto your tummy. I've worked out I can lie on my tummy if I go sideways first. And then stay low-ish, okay? I want you to really work on pressing the top of the feet into the mat and then pressing your pubic bone down, okay? But lift your chest up a little bit, and when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift the hands up off the mat, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up again. And exhale, lower again. Inhale and lift up, hold. Reach your hands back if you can. And then see if you can lift your legs up and reach back, back, back. Beautiful, everybody. Exhale, lower down. Bring your hands by your rib cage. Tuck the toes under. And we're going to slowly push into the hands, into the feet, lift up. Widen the knees. Have a little rest in child's pose. Okay? So take your knees nice and wide and lower your bum back towards your heels. And of course, if the head doesn't come all the way to the floor, you can just relax here. You can make a pillow with your fists and rest your head, or use the bricks, whatever works. Beautiful. And then let's come back onto that. That's enough rest for today. It's an hour's class. Sorry. Shall we come up to stand? I'm going to be nice. Those of you who want to go into downward dog, go into that downward dog. Otherwise, just come up to stand. It's not a problem. Anything that feels good. Okay? If you go into downward dog, then find your way to the front of the mat. Yeah? And then we will do standing forward bend to stretch out the back of the legs a little bit. Okay? So when you're ready, if you're down in the forward bend, stay there. The rest of us use our out breath. Slowly come forward with a long spine, and feel free to bend the knees as much as you want to. Relax the neck, okay? And then try straightening one leg, bending the opposite knee, and do that a few times. Okay? So So the hands don't have to come to the floor, they can stay on your hips, it's perfectly fine. Okay? Just bend one knee and then the other a few times, relax the neck. And then use your next out breath to find your way all the way up to stand. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale and release the hands down. Oh yeah, I'm stuck in my pajamas. If you want to have a sip of water, please do, while I'm trying to get myself out of this stuck. Right, quick sip of water. So we did the lion's breath, didn't we? We did the cat pose, the rounding of the spine. We did the locust pose. It's all a bit scary, Halloweenish, isn't it? We're getting there. Let's do warrior two. Do you remember we worked warrior two last week, where we cover the back of our mat with our foot, right? We're not going to do that today, but if you remember that sensation of where your feet go. So let's all turn, step our left foot back and turn to face left, which is that way. Yeah, thank you. And step your feet wide. So if your socks are slippy, or you can maybe consider taking them off, okay? And let's all start with the feet parallel to begin with. Now imagine that both feet are at the ends of the short end of your mat, and you're covering the end of the mat with the outside of your feet, yeah? So the toes are turned straight forward, not out, okay? And then maybe for some of us, it's more comfortable to turn the left foot in a little bit, and turn the right foot to face the front of the mat. And of course, wherever we turn our right foot, our chest wants to follow. Can you bring your chest back to the center of the mat like that? Perfect. Keep your left leg grounding nice and strong. We're going to bend our right knee, okay? And bring your hands up to shoulder height. So you're still facing the long edge of your mat, okay? And then from here, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're either going to bring your right hand onto your right leg, or your right forearm onto your right leg, and take your left arm up. And then when you're ready, inhale, push into the feet, lift back up into warrior two. Okay? As you exhale, keep the left leg nice and strong, bring your right arm or right hand down again, left arm up. And then inhale, come back up again. One last time. Okay. So make sure your back foot is turned in, Colin. That's it. Exhale, bring your right arm or right hand down. It doesn't matter whether it's the hand or the arm. What matters is that you can turn your chest up towards the ceiling. We're staying low. Okay? So see if you can spin your chest up towards the ceiling. And relax the neck. And have the sense of hugging your feet in towards each other. Wonderful. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Now pushing into both feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, straighten your right leg, release the hands down. So watch me a second. Sometimes this happens, okay? If you bend and then you bring your arm down and you end up having to bend that back leg and let the spine do that, it's better that you're up a little higher so that back leg can stay strong, and you bring your hand down, and then you can be here spinning the chest up, okay? So pick the version that allows you to get the spine in a better alignment, because that helps you to breathe better. If you're like this, it's very hard to breathe, and then that leg starts to collapse and there's nothing to support you, right? So let's try the second side. So we're going to start with our feet parallel, okay? And then turn your left foot to point to the back of the mat. Right foot slightly turned in for some, okay? We're going to keep our chest facing the long edge of our mat, and we're going to bend the left knee, right? So if your feet are too close, you might find that it's uncomfortable, so widen them a little bit. Keep your right leg, your back leg, really straight and strong. Arms at shoulder height, take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, either the left hand comes down or the left forearm comes down, and you're spinning your chest up. And then inhale, push into the feet, come back up into warrior two. And exhale again, left hand down or left forearm down, right arm up. Keep the right leg straight. Inhale, come back up. Last one. Exhale, go ahead, either left hand down or left arm down, I don't mind. We're going to stay here. Think about turning your chest up, okay? Making that back leg nice and strong and straight. And reach the arm overhead, maybe really get a lovely stretch. Fabulous. And then we're going to push into the feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. Straighten your left leg, release the hands, and turn your left foot in. So, can we do it one more time, this particular one? Okay, so take your feet a little wide. Some of you are a little less generous. Some of you don't need to take it any wider because you're already wide enough. When we go into it this time, we're going to hold it. Okay, so if you can watch me a second. We're going to go down, either the hand on the leg or the arm on the leg. We're going to wrap the other arm behind and spin our chest up a little bit more. And some of you then might want to take your hand down to the ankle, the front hand. You don't have to. What you don't want to do is to do this. Okay? Want you up here. This is good. Yeah? Let's do it. Right, so let's turn our right foot to the front. I'm going to fall over already. Right foot to the front of the mat. Get the left leg really strong. Bend your right knee. Okay? Inhale the arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, either right hand comes down or right forearm comes down. And you're going to take the left arm and wrap it behind your back. Okay? And then think about scooping your tailbone underneath a little bit, spinning your chest up. And if you want to slide your hand down, or if you have a binding practice, that's beautiful, Claire. Breathe into it, relax the neck. Okay? Can you pull your feet towards each other without moving them? So have that sense of hugging in. Beautiful. On your next out breath, take your left arm up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe in, lift all the way up. Lovely. And then straighten your right leg. Relax the hands, spin your right foot in. Spin your left foot out. Okay? And then we're going to bend that left knee. Inhale the arms to shoulder height. And as you exhale, either left hand comes down or left forearm comes down. Take your right arm and wrap it behind your back. Keep your right leg, your back leg, really strong and straight. Okay? And then spin your chest up. Scoop your sit bone under a little bit. And breathe. And if you want to take your hand down to your ankle, that's good too, but keep the chest spinning up. Wonderful. Keep your back leg really straight, really strong. And then exhale, take your right arm up. Inhale, push into the feet, come all the way up. Straighten your left leg, release the hands. And spin your feet back into parallel. We're going to have a little forward bend. So you can put your hands on the bricks, you can put your hands on the chair, or you can put your hands on the floor. It's all good. But you want to have your feet wide. Okay? So Colin, take your chair all the way to the center. The other way to the, that's it. Yeah. And then take your feet wide. Soften the knees just a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're folding from your hip creases with a nice long spine. And if you notice that your heart is a lot higher than your hips, bend the knees a little bit so you can bring your heart lower. And the hands might or might not come to the floor. If they come to the floor, great. If they don't come to the floor and you want to break, shout, I'll get them for you. Okay? Relax the neck. Right? Drop your head completely. Can you take the weight towards the front of your feet a little bit? Have the toes slightly turned in or on the ground and out, slightly turned in. That's it. Okay. Beautiful. When you're ready, bend the knees a little more. Use your out breath. Push into your feet and come all the way up. Marvelous. And then from here, are you bored of being looking that way yet? No? You want to stay looking that way? That's good. Okay. We're going to bring the feet a little closer for some of you who've gone really wide. We're going to turn the toes out this time. Okay? Bring the hands onto the hips and let's take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lean a little forward and then bend the knees and press them out wide. Okay? Hands onto your thighs. Draw your belly in, scoop your tailbone down towards the floor and lift your chest up. And then rock gently side to side. Lovely. And then we're going to inhale, come up. We're going to do it again, but we're going to do what is called a Kali pose. And it is beautiful. Now Kali, right, is depicted as really dark, with tongue hanging out, blood dripping, baby's arms all around her waist, skulls everywhere. She's fierce. She's scary. So we're going to channel our best Kali for this bit, right? And it looks like this. We inhale, and when we exhale, we do that with our hands, the okay sign. Bum back a little bit, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and we go, yeah? It's fun. Remember to look up towards your third eye so you're not seeing anybody else, right? So let's inhale, take our arms up, make the okay sign. And as you exhale, stick your bum back a little bit, bend the knees out wide, bend the elbows, stick your tongue out. Inhale and go back up. Exhale again. Inhale, go back up. Exhale. Beautiful. One more. Really stick your tongue out. Go. And then come on up. Release the hands. And you can heel toe your feet back together. Are we okay? Isn't that a bit of fun? You can't do classes with me without doing anything weird, right? We're going to work into another kind of squat. So you might find holding the chair is a good thing or holding the bar is a good thing. But if you already have a squatting practice, you don't have to hold anything, okay? So I'm going to demo at the bar just in case you want to use the bar, okay? If you're using the bar, you're holding the bar, you're taking your feet a little bit wide and the toes are turned out. And then you're going to stick your bum back and bend the knees. Now, try not to pull the bar out of the wall. Press downwards. It can handle the weight going down. It doesn't want to come out, okay? I need it for my ballet classes. Right, so shall we try? And you sink down to the place where it feels okay for your hips and your knees. You're not going anywhere where it's going to hurt, yeah? So if you want to use the chair, you can hold the chair as well or use the bar, okay? I'm going to do it here, okay? So stand with your feet a little bit wide, turn the toes out. If you want to use, up to you, yeah. Okay. And then take a nice deep breath in, so hold with both hands if you're using it. And as you exhale, stick your bum back behind you and begin to bend the knees out wide as you lower down any amount that feels okay for your body, okay? And then if you want to come out and then go back up, you can do that. Or you can stay here, pressing the elbows into your inner knees, lifting the chest up. So feel free to go up and down or hold it, okay? And breathe. Fabulous, everybody. And then we're going to find our way to sit down. So those of you at the bar, when you're ready, come on up and find your way to sit down. So those of you over here, if your bum is close enough to the floor to just sit down, sit down. If your bum's not close to the floor, bring your knees down and then sit down. I brought you down here to do something even harder because you're so tough. But first, let's say hello to our feet a little bit. Okay? Can you flex the ankles? I should have done this standing up, but now that we're sitting down, we can do it sitting down. Okay? Can you spread your toes with the ankle flex? My feet are really freaky, aren't they?
Awful.
Yeah, but the runners all have weird feet. Ian's feet are horrendous. I'm talking away just so you forget, but make sure you're sitting on really spreading the toes as much as you can. You know the big toes, right? They like to kind of drop inwards, right? Can you start to pull your big toes out? And it's hard, especially if you've not done it before, okay? But look at it, talk to it, say, big toe, I love you, move towards each other. Lovely. Now, point the toes. Point them without getting cramps, please, because often I do that and I'm like, oh. Yeah? And then flex again and spread the toes again. Fabulous. So, we're going to be squatting on our toes. Shall I demo before we go there? Okay? I'm going to take my legs out and from this position, I'm going to walk my hands back. I'm going to lift up onto my toes, okay? And then I'm going to try to get my heels close together and the toes turning out. This may or may not work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, okay? If it feels really horrendous, grab your bricks. Oh, only have one. So pretend I have two. And place your heels on the bricks. And then you might find that you've got a bit better balance, okay? But if you don't need the bricks, you come up here and you lift up the pelvic floor and you come up and sit really tall into what we call the floating ghost. Shall we try? We'll do what we can. Bricks under the heels. So come onto your hands and knees first. And take your knees wide, okay? Tuck the toes under, so your toes are already tucked under and ready, okay? And then you're going to walk your hands back and lift your knees up. And then if you can bring your heels together, bring them together. If you don't want to bring them together and rest them on the brick, rest them on the bricks. You can stay here with your hands on the floor and it's totally fine. But if you feel you can find your balance and you can come up and bring your hands into that okay sign in your inner knees, on the inside of your knees, you do that. I know this is horrendous for a lot of people, so smile. And then, should we take it up just for a moment? And the lower down, well done everybody. And now you probably want to sit onto the top of your feet for a moment or just untuck your toes and beware. You're okay? I'm being really mean, I know. I know! Especially after doing just that.
Sitting on feet like that.
Yeah. But especially if you've just been flexing. But you see, because you are a runner.
I'm not.
Well, you have run a lot though. They're more happy to be like that than like that, you see. Right, sit tall. I brought you down really early today, haven't I? That's because we're not quite done. So we're going to go back into the squat in a moment, but I thought I'd just bring you down just to point and flex, one foot and, up. I can't talk. Alternate, so flex one, point the other. That was hard, wasn't it? Oh. Some days are just like that. Yeah, now rotate the ankles, just releasing our ankles a bit today. Okay? And your feet, the health of your feet, is very deeply connected to the health of your pelvis. Okay? And the health of your pelvis is deeply connected to the health of your core, to your neck. In fact, there's a chain of muscles and connective tissue all the way from your feet up to your tongue. So if you've got flat foot, we can stand here and pull your tongue out and that should lift the arches of your feet. It won't. I'm just kidding. But they are really deeply connected, right? So I'm going to show you first before you do it, and you get to decide if you want to do it. If you don't, I'm going to give you an alternative, okay? So first thing is we come back into that floating, what's it called? Floating pose, okay? And maybe. And then we're going to go into the flying owl. So one knee is going to come down to the floor and that arm's going to go up and you're looking to the opposite side. And the hard bit is to come back out and then go the other way. Okay? So if you don't want to do that because your toes have had enough or your hips have had enough, you're going to sit down like that, okay? And you're going to just do a twist to one side and a twist to the other side. We're good? Yeah? Do this one. Sit like that if you like. So rather than pushing to the point where it hurts, find the one that feels good, the one that's going to make you love yoga. Okay? So if you want to sit here like this, sit here like this. If you want to come into the squat, then you come into the squat and you're on the balls of the feet. Right? Now, we're going to, those of you with me here, we're going to bring the hands in. Okay? And we're going to drop first the left knee down. And we're going to lift the left arm up and we're going to look to the right. Yeah, and you guys can do exactly that, but you're going to look to the left. Thank you. So if you're doing the seated version, look to the left. If you're doing the kneeling version, look to the right. Fabulous. And then we're going to inhale, whoop, come back to center gently without falling down. And exhale the other way. So we're going to bring the right down, right arm up, and you're looking to the left.
Can't move my knees.
Put your hands down and then see if you can put the knee down. There you go. Yeah. And then now you can take your hands into place. And then you come back up to center like nothing had happened. And then you sit back down like nothing had happened. And shake the legs out. Well done. That was the fine owl. Okay? So well done, everybody. Can you feel your ankles? So do that if that feels nice. Or rotate, which is nice. And the other way. Lovely. Now shall we do nice gentle things? Have I given you a child's pose today?
Yeah.
I have once at the beginning of class. Is that enough? Good. Well, sit nice and tall and just come into a comfortable seated position. So you might want to sit up on the front edge of your brick, of your yoga brick, so that you can have a nice long spine. And if crossing your legs is horrible, have them out, fine. Okay? We're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to take a deep breath in as we lengthen the spine. Okay? And as you breathe out, draw the ribs in towards each other and spin your chest to the right. Okay? And then inhale here, keep the spine long. Exhale, bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee, forehead, and right hand goes behind you. And then you're inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist, and breathe. And then a nice deep breath in, and exhale, turn back to center. Palms together, heart center again. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hug the ribs in and spin your chest to the left. Then we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, right hand to your left knee, left hand behind. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist and breathe. And nice deep breath in. And exhale, turn back to center, and we're going to take our legs out in front of us again. And you can stay on the bricks if it's better. Okay, we're going to bend. Let's do so well, left and right. What's this one? Right. Bend the right knee and drop it out to the side. It's really left, isn't it? But you know what I mean. Okay? So flex your. No, ignore me. This is not what I wanted to do. Pull your right foot back, so that the knee goes back behind you a little bit. Don't fall off the brick. It's kind of like turning sideways a little bit. Bring your left hand onto your left leg. We're going to turn to the right, turn the right palm up, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're reaching that right arm towards your left leg. So it's a little bit of a side bend. Okay? So you can bend your left elbow if you like. Okay? But can you think about spinning your chest up towards the ceiling and relaxing the neck a little bit? And if you can go all the way down and grab hold of your foot, you do that. But make sure that the chest is spinning up and you're not collapsing your chest down. Okay? Beautiful. And then inhale, come all the way up and extend that leg. And then bring your left knee in and take it all the way back behind you, as far as is comfortable without falling off a brick if you're on the brick. And take your right hand to your right leg. And we're going to take our left arm out to the left, turn the palm up, take a deep breath in, and exhale, lean over towards your right foot. Okay? Keep the chest spinning up. Breathe. Relax the neck. And then inhale and reach all the way up. Take the legs out again, shake them out. A little back bend before we come up to do some meditation. Yeah, we're going to do bridge pose. So if you've never, I can't remember if we did bridge or not last week. Did we do bridge? Can't remember. Yeah. Okay. I'll show you first before. I know some of you know. So those of you who know, feel free to lie down. If you're not sure, okay, that way. You're going to lie down, okay? And you're going to have your feet on the mat, knees bent, and keep them at least hip width, so you don't want them together, you want them a bit wide, and the ankles are roughly underneath your knees, so they're not here, okay? And they're definitely not here. You don't want your knees going forward, you want a fairly straight lower legs, and your arms come into robot arm position, and you press into the arms, get the chest lifting, and then you curl the tailbone up, lift up, hands underneath you, interlace the fingers, and breathe, and you don't want to sound like a smurf, so lift your chin up, okay? So find your way onto your mat, onto your back, onto your mat, and get the brick out from underneath you, because otherwise it will hurt. And have your feet at least hip width apart, okay? And if you're working with brick, that's fine. Keep it that distance, I don't mind. But ground into the feet, have your arms in robot arm position. So elbows on the floor, upper arms hugging the ribs. Relax your head down, okay? As you breathe in, push into the upper arms to get the chest lifting. As you breathe out, push into the feet, lift your bum, lift your spine up off the mat. Take your hands underneath your back, interlace your fingers, and wriggle your elbows closer together underneath you. Somewhere comfortable, right? And then push deeply into the feet so you feel the glutes engaging. Can you make sure that the big toe mounds and the little toe mounds are grounded? The heels are grounded as well. And breathe. Okay? And have a little chat with yourself. If you sound like a smurf, press the back of your head down more. Do you sound like a smurf? And then release the hands and use your out breath to come all the way down. We're going to do it again, so don't be in a rush to come out. So just notice how your back feels at the moment. And then let's do it again. Okay, so make sure your ankles are underneath your knees. So don't take them too far forward. Okay? And then when you're ready, arms in robot arm position. Take a deep breath in, pushing down into your upper arms. Breathing out, pushing into your feet, lift your spine up off the mat. Ground the feet down, interlace the fingers and wriggle your elbows a little closer together. And think about pressing into the feet to lift your bum. Pressing into the arms to lift your chest. Okay? And breathe here, try not to let your knees drop out too wide. Have everything in towards the midline and breathe. And smile. And release the hands, exhale, slowly come all the way down. Wonderful. Let's take the feet a little bit wider and let the knees come in to touch at the center, just releasing the sacrum a little bit so the knees are touching each other at the center. Okay? And you can wrap your arms across your chest and breathe into the back body here. Wonderful. And then we're going to take our arms out to the sides, just somewhere comfortable. Watch the chair. Let me take the chair.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Lovely. So take your feet wide. Keep the knees bent, but feet are wide. Okay? And when you breathe out, drop your knees down to the right. So see if you can keep your feet and knees wide. Okay? And then inhale when you get there. As you exhale, knees and feet wide, drop your knees over to the left. And then inhale there. And do that 2 more times each side. See if you can keep your feet and your knees wide so you get a nice quad stretch. Okay? So feet wide, knees wide. Feet wide as well. That's it, and then drop over. Yeah, okay? And then do it again. So moving on the out breath, breathing in when you get there. I don't know how many times you've done it, but let's all do 1 more time to the right, 1 more time to the left. And then when you've done it, come back to center, bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a big cuddle. And last thing we're going to do before we come up for our meditation, okay, I want you to, I forget I can't lie down like that, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees pop out wide, and then lift your head and shoulders up, grab hold of your ankles. So feet up towards the ceiling, that's it. Grab hold of your ankles and draw your feet up over your face a little bit. And then relax your head down. And you can stay here rocking gently side to side. Or those of you who've practiced Happy Baby, you can take your feet wide but keep the knees bent and gently rock side to side. If your lower back is hurting today, let your tailbone curl up more towards the ceiling. If your lower back is not hurting, think about flattening out the back, aiming your tailbone forward and rock it out. Fabulous. And then exhale next time, knees back into the chest, give yourself a big cuddle. And then roll over to one side, and we're going to find our way up to sit. And you might want to, do you know what I just realised? I was going to time you chanting the Satanama, but then I realised my phone's over there. I don't have a timer anywhere else, so we'll just do it with the breath, shall we? Do you remember what we did last week with the breath? If you want to sit on the chair so you can sit nice and tall and breathe, that'd be great. Yeah. Do you remember the Satanama meditation we did last week? Those of you who were here. Okay, so the 4 sounds are Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And the hand work is first finger to thumb for Sa, second finger to thumb for Ta, third finger, Na, and then Ma. Yeah? And if I had a clock, I would time you chanting out loud for a minute, whispering for another minute, and do it silently for 2 minutes. I'm going to try, so close your eyes for a moment, okay? And just have your hands resting and just turn your attention to the breath. Okay? I'm just going to quickly turn off the lights as well, so stay there, close your eyes, notice the breath. Okay? Breathe in and out, and then let's take a deep breath in. And begin. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Whisper it. Sa, ta, silently in your head. When you finish the next round, just let it go and breathe naturally and stay in that quiet place just for a few moments longer, noticing how you're feeling, noticing the state of your mind. Sa, ta, nama comes from the words satnam, and satnam means my true essence, and our very true essence is love and compassion. We are naturally more Parvati than Kali. So and every now and then we have to channel a Kali, but most of the time I hope we are more Parvati. It's more love, more compassion. And as you breathe out next time, gently lower your chin to the chest, shake your legs out as you extend them out, give them a little shake, and then find your way to lie down. And so you can lie down, have a bit of relaxation, get comfortable. Do you want to sit up or do you want to lie? It's okay. If you prefer sit down, that's fine too. Maybe have that under your head so you're more comfortable. Yeah, so make sure you're comfortable. And Take a moment to wriggle, adjust. And once you find yourself comfortable, then close your eyes. Have your hands somewhere comfortable. And let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose and sigh the breath out through the mouth. Again, a deep breath in and a big sigh out. One more time, deep breath in and really let it go with a big sigh. And then allow the breath to flow in and out freely and softly. Let the breath be natural and relaxed. And if it helps to quieten the mind, you can watch the breath, but watch it softly. Watch it without trying to play with it. Or you can just let the mind do its own thing without becoming attached to any thoughts. Invite your whole body to be really, really soft and really, really relaxed. So let all the muscles drop and relax. Let the bones relax, the skin, the inner organs, and everything relax. Give yourself a moment's rest and relax. 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 Staying soft in your relaxation for a little while longer. Just gently guide your attention back to the body and the breath. And become aware of breathing in and breathing out. And notice how your body and your breath move together. And gently encourage the breath in to be deeper and the breath out to be longer, just breath by breath. And as you breathe more actively, maybe take a moment to reflect. Can you live more like Parvati, full of love and compassion, and focus on your highest? And so sometimes there's things that we have to do and we need to be a little fierce, but can you still do that with love and compassion? So when you're ready, let's take a moment to check in with ourselves, see how we're feeling right now. And let's take a deep breath of love and gratitude and then hold the breath for a moment. Let love and gratitude flow to every cell of your amazing being. And sigh love and gratitude out to all beings on earth. And start to make movements like rotating wrists and ankles or turning your head gently side to side. When you feel ready, do a big stretch, reaching the arms and the legs away from each other and get nice and long. Stretching it out like we did at the beginning of class. And as you exhale, bring the knees into the chest, wrap your arms across your legs, give yourself a big, big cuddle, rocking gently side to side. And then roll to one side and come on up to sit, and we'll do our one Om to end the practice. So sitting tall, okay, hands together at your heart center, and eyes can be softly opened or closed, and take a deep breath in. And breathe. And when you're ready to breathe out next time, bow your head down to your heart and thank yourself for being amazing. Om Shanti, thank you.